We finally got some competition for the dual rectified type amps that we've all been listening to since the 1990s. On today's video, we're going to check out the new DRECT preamp module from the fine folks at Synergy. Hey there kids, and welcome to a brand new installment of Meet the Machines, here with your good buddy, Uncle Ben. And before anybody can point it out in the comments section, allow me to do the honors. Yes, that was a total Meshuggah ripoff. And yeah, in that one section I did absolutely rip off that rhythm that the band used in their rarely heard B-side track, Pitch Black. There's no need to point it out in front of everybody, Mom. Anyway, whenever I think about my favorite dual rect tones, I immediately think about those early Meshuggah albums like Distort, Erase, Improve, and Chaosphere. So whenever I plugged up this new DRECT module from Synergy, that's just the kind of riffage that come out. That little Jim Jam Jubilee was mixed and mastered by my good buddy Eric Hill at Blue Room Recording Studios. Be sure to hit him up for all your audio needs. And it is available for download right now over on my Patreon page, patreon.com/Ben Eller Guitars. Sign up today, that's going to get you access to tons of bonus videos, backing tracks, downloadable tabs, and so much more. I call that tune Large Moving Torb. And if you get the reference, you're in the cool kids club. I tracked that using my Schecter KM7 that you saw in the intro video, going into a couple of different boost pedals, into the Synergy DRECT module, into the UA aux. That dual rect sound has been unavoidable since those amps came out in the early 1990s, and they've been featured on records by bands like Soundgarden, 311, Korn, Nevermore, Meshuggah, just a really huge variety of bands. And it's because this amp is the perfect platform for tweaking and boosting and finding exactly what kind of tone you're looking for. Back here on my amp rack, you'll see my Mesa Dual Rec that I got a couple of years ago from a buddy. It's a mid-90s early revision G, and since I got that amp, it has been like my pride and joy. I'm a total sucker for that boosted Dual Rec sound. I've been using the Synergy stuff for a couple of years now, and I love it. And whenever the guys over there told me that they were developing a rectifier type module, I was really excited, but also kind of skeptical, because so far, every attempt to remanufacture that Dual Rec sound from other amp companies has kind of been a miss, because they're trying to fix what's kind of the point of the entire thing anyway. Whenever you plug straight into a rec amp, they're flubby, they're buzzy, they're scooped. And other efforts to kind of recreate and repackage that rectifier sound have tried to fix those things. Like, for example, years ago I had a PV XXX, which had a similar aesthetic to it and was marketed as kind of an alternative to the rectifiers, but in reality it was nothing at all like those amps. So whenever I got this module, I was really hoping that Synergy did the rectifier thing right and left it the big tubby flubby mess that we all love those amps for, and I was blown away as soon as I plugged it in. It feels and sounds just like playing into a classic rectifier. That rectifier sound is just so useful in mixes. If you got a tune that has kind of a lean guitar tone and you want that chorus to get really fat and huge sounding, you can plug straight into the red channel and really fatten those tones up. Or alternately, if you have something that already sounds really big and massive but you want to get more articulate and detailed, you can run a boost pedal in front of a rectifier and get the most articulate, aggressive sound you've ever heard. And I already know somebody in the comments is typing up how you shouldn't have to use a $90 boost pedal to make an amp sound good. I understand your point, but I don't look at it that way anymore. I look at using a boost pedal in front of an amp as an opportunity to create my own sound that nobody else is using. These amps are like a really great blank slate for you to find the right combination of guitar and boost pedal and cabinet to suit whatever tone it is that you're after. It's not just a amp where everybody plugs in and we all sound the same through it. So now I want to compare the sound of the Synergy DRECT preamp to my Mesa Boogie Dual Rectifier. Now those of you guys who are fans of the rectifier amps know that there are many different revisions of these amps that have come out over the years, and they all kind of have their own flavor to them. The DRECT is based on the revision C, which is the first mass-produced one that we all heard. So it's got more of the really big low end, it's a little bit more scooped characteristic, and maybe a little smoother sounding than my revision G. Mine is a really early revision G, so it tends to sound a little bit tighter than a lot of the earlier Recs, but you can hear a lot of those same tonal characteristics and low end quality are present right here in the DRECT. I really don't have a lot to complain about here. I guess it doesn't have as many bells and whistles as some of the more modern rectifiers. Whenever you go around the back panel of those, there's like a million different little switches and toggles and everything to change stuff around with. I don't really mess with any of that stuff though, honestly. That's the kind of thing that usually just bogs me down in option paralysis mode. The DRECT is a little bit more of a set it and forget it amp. So there you go, guys, a deep dive into the newest addition to the Synergy flock of amps, the DRECT preamp. Let me know down there in the comments section what you guys think about the tone of this thing, and also be sure to let me know what amp type you'd like to see added to the Synergy line, and I'll pass that right along to them. Thanks as always for liking the video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and ring the bell down there for notifications every time I upload a new slice of fried gold. If you guys want access to that tune that you heard in the intro, as well as a ton of other bonus goodies, be sure to sign up to my Patreon page today over at patreon.com/Ben Eller Guitars. Well guys, it's been fun as always, but now it's time to get back to riffing on this bad Larry preamp. Recommend you guys get away from the computer, go play some guitar. Let's click it. More picking.